This our show, and we talk about everything, and we talk about everything. Royal Flex, the Brand Zone introspective insight right now. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. I am King Dav Dope.
Shannon Shenanigans.
And it's your girl Noel Moore.
That flowed. I like that. Attractive. You sexy though.
And this is Royal Flex, the Brand's introspective insight talk show, the Black Wall Street podcast.
Flex on them.
Come on, flex on him.
I'm trying to flex.
See? Noel,
I did that on purpose.
You gotta flex
I did that on purpose.
You gotta flex on him.
That's how you flex on them now. Nah, fuck y'all. That's her flex. That's trying to flex. That ain't no. All right. Anyway, to the show.
All right, to the show. Okay, so the word of the show is ignorant, lacking of knowledge or training. So, unlearned, uninformed, unaware, you ignorant. Ignorant.
In other words, shenanigans.
Yeah, I seen his face when I was looking it up. Yeah. And then the quote of the show is racism, one of the most baneful and persistent evils, is a major barrier to peace. That's out of the book Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome.
God.
Yeah,
I'll be sweating.
I quoted it last show, I think.
I'll be sweating reading that book.
No, it's not about slavery.
I'll be sweating.
It's about the mindset. It's about the mindset of that's handed down.
Well, knowledge is power.
Read.
I mean,
so it's not about you being.
If it ain't pictures in it, I'm just not interested. Like,
it's definitely no pictures in there.
Pictures. We 68. He talking about if there's no pictures in it.
I need to see something. I'm a visual learner.
I need to see something. What is this?
They're the fruits of my labor. You know how you pick an apple? You gotta squeeze it. Nonetheless, racism, man, that shit gets. I know this is off topic like a motherfucker, so I ain't gonna expound on it. But well, this motherfucker
off topic,
bitches, man. I'm tired of them. All right, I'll put it like this: filters got to go. Filters is like the Trump supporters. Filters is like the people that always smoke weed indoors. You know those vines where they just be smoking weed indoors and shit like that, thinking it's cool. That shit ain't cool to me. That shit ain't cool. But nonetheless, do what you do, live your best life. I'm just saying, filters got to go. Filters have to go. And I ain't talking about cigarettes. I ain't talking about smoking. I'm talking about them goddamn pictures. These bitches turn into whole new creatures when they on them filters. They got the dog ones. They got the cat ones, they got the tongue one. It's like, bitch, if your tongue was that thick, you would not be single. I promise you. And the worst part is like, why do y'all want to convert into dogs? Like, why do y'all feel better? Okay.
Are you mad at the people who make the filters, or are you mad at the bitches that wear the filters? Like, where is your initial rage coming from?
The motherfuckers that created this shit.
Okay.
Because this shit is giving
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Yo, it's giving.
It's Snapchat.
Really?
How you gonna give me a CGI bitch? Am I watching Transformers right now?
Oh my God.
Like,
Transformers,
robots in disguise. No, bitches in disguise. I don't get it. I just yo. For one, women are beautiful naturally. Absolutely. Naturally. So it can't. I don't have a gripe with no woman. I don't have no issues. Debatable. My thing is, have a minimum of filters. I see bitches a minimum of filters. If you have 2 pics, one of them bitches better be real. If you have 4 pics, all right, I can imagine 2 filters. But 9 pictures and every 9 of them bitches got the dog emoji or the little star shit. Emoji. You know the little star shit that'll be around there, and their eyes be big as hell, and then their lips be perfectly formed. Like, bitch, you don't look like that.
Oh shit.
So then, I ain't gonna front like, I met me a little thotty. So what? I met a little thotty. But all 9, and this is what pissed me off. That's why I went. Yeah, she a broke bitch. She a broke bitch. I hope she listening. Man, look. So
hey, at least she's living that life.
Yo. But no, we all right. So I'll talk to her, and all 9 pictures was all phony, false, and fake. All right. So I asked to FaceTime her because I need to FaceTime women with a picture of their ID to make sure I know who you is.
Okay. Yeah. That's a rule.
That's a rule. Yeah,
right here.
FaceTime, right here. ID right here.
Where your birthday at?
Zoom in. Female?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They gotta make that sound too, so I know you doing this for real.
Wait, let me see the expiration date too.
Oh my God! All this, so the filters have made you paranoid.
Well, let me finish.
Okay,
so I FaceTimed the girl, and all of a sudden I'm still like, yo, is Ashley there? This is her phone that I'm calling. But
and she answered it.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. But it was another creature that answered it. I don't know what the fuck this creature. Bitch. Listen. I had to hang up. Listen, I'm done.
A filter don't do all that.
A filter did it. It made her look like a nice, beautiful, decent woman. Then when I seen her, I seen a version of Chewbacca hairless. I can't do this.
All right, so how did she look with her picture? How did she look in her
gorgeous.
Chewbacca or Chewbacca?
My bad. What'd I say?
Chewbacca.
Okay. I'm trying to fix this as I'm talking.
You upset?
Hell, man, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed that women feel the need okay, crack is out there. I don't need to go do it. Filters is out there. You don't need to go do it.
I don't
he
know
put
how
crack
I feel
and
about
filter
it.
on the same.
Hey, that's how it is to me.
Well,
lying.
I guess they use it a lot.
They use it a lot. They hooked to that shit. Every pic gotta be a filter, mama. Come on now, baby. You don't know your inner beauty then. If you can't look at yourself with a natural fucking
calm down.
It's all right. It's all
right.
Yeah, he about to start sweating.
Filters are a thing. They're definitely used daily. I don't use filters because I don't want people to be
because you know your inner beauty.
Okay. I just want to look how I look.
And you can.
To the people.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't see some people, like this one girl, she worked at this hair place. I'll just say that. And her pictures on Facebook be popping. I'm like, that's a bad bitch. Like her makeup be on point, her wigs be snatched.
Without filters?
No, listen to me. So then I go to this particular hair store to get some hair dye. And who child?
It ain't the same bitch, right?
The wig was slipping. The makeup wasn't matching. Shit was dry.
She was Becky with the bad hair.
Shit just wasn't right. It didn't look how it looked on the social.
CGI, I'm telling you.
So I don't
even trust pussy pics no more.
Listen,
with the glitter around it.
What is that glitter?
Shut up.
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
So you saying they editing pussy pictures out?
They editing everything in a picture, a video. I don't trust. I need to see you in person.
This is true.
I don't trust it. I'm sorry, mom.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And I'm disappointed in the niggas that created this bullshit for these ugly bitches. All right.
I'm just mad because nobody thinks. I just feel like nobody thinks anything is real.
Nah, I damn sure don't. That's why I need to see your ID, FaceTime. I need to know where you work so I can ask people around you how you act. Because you on the phone is cool, but I need to pull up at your job and just talk to people.
All right, well, ladies, come. I like little dog emoji videos and stuff like that.
Why you want to be?
But I don't post. That's Snapchat shit though. That wasn't supposed to go to
the world.
Your profile, being a profile picture, or you know what I'm saying. That was supposed to be some cute
shit
little
and your friend shit.
Yeah, like taking shots or something weird. I don't know.
All night.
But yeah, I don't do the edited pictures. They just was blasting Waka Flocka wife. They said she edited her pictures.
They all do that shit. You think
like
Kim
made herself skinny?
Yeah, you think Kim Kardashian look that good?
Well, no, because when the paparazzi take pictures of it,
that shit be
trash.
sloppy.
They take the critters out of it. They got this thing on Photoshop.
Photoshop is
and you just go with it and
see what I'm
click.
saying?
Creator gone.
That shit is
that shit look like the beginning of the universe. Shit flying everywhere. Just hitting it, boom, boom, boom. Yo,
you just throwing stuff.
Well, the technology is out there, and as long as it's out there, these bitches gonna use it.
So they all liars.
I'm not saying don't use filters, ladies, but
I'm not saying that either. But I have a ratio, baby. I need to see who you actually are. You know,
and if it's something you don't like, just fix it. Like if your skin a little bumpy or some shit, drink some water. Stop.
And fat bitches is winning. I guess.
You guess.
What do you mean you guess?
Fat bitches is winning. I mean, look, you got you. To me,
bitches is winning. Women are winning.
A lot of women is insecure, but I'm saying it. I see most fat bitches with the 9 pics. Like bitches that weigh a little more, don't have a perfect face. I see them. Trust me, my Facebook is flooded with these bitches. For some reason, they just on my friend request.
Wait, those the ones that wear filters or don't?
Wear like constantly. So I click on them and then I look through their pics and I'm like, man, bitch, you really? This is Pookie. Worse than Pookie.
So that's gonna stop you from sliding in the DMs?
Goddamn right. I don't slide in DMs.
Oh,
you don't? What you do?
Nothing. I'm to myself.
No, now
I gotta meet me a girl. I gotta meet a girl in person. That's my thing.
I don't think
I'm a social.
You can't put no filter. They're gonna be walking around with the
yo.
This how we keep Shannon away from us. We don't walk around with the filters.
Yeah, but you don't look that good.
This is how you protect yourself, ladies. This is how you protect yourself.
Yeah, man, that's some bullshit though. But yeah, these filters got.
So did she ever call you back or anything? Nothing happened?
No, I blocked her.
You blocked her over the filter?
She lied to me.
Maybe she had on filter and
Was
makeup.
she
Because
that
I can't
bad?
see a filter just changing the whole face.
She was that bad to block her.
Nigga, don't contact me.
Yo,
Oh, poor
yo, that was
thing.
like Friday when she came over.
Yo.
When she pulled up. I thought
What?
you looked like Janet Jackson.
Oh, I thought you meant it would happen Friday.
No,
My bad.
no,
But Friday
no,
when the
no,
bitch
no,
actually
no.
pulled, they're good. Nah, it's worse than that.
Oh.
See,
What you
Smokey never saw her.
mean? No,
Smokey never saw
no.
her. She just.
Are you
she
sure you weren't
boosted
just
herself.
catfish? There's a difference between filtered
Nah.
filters
looked
and
like
being
her.
catfish.
It
You may
looked
have been
like her.
catfish.
It looked like her, but it wasn't what that looked like.
Just say you've been catfish.
I fuck it. I was catfish because I was a new bitch. I wanted that bitch that was on the picture. I wanted
Exactly,
that bitch.
and you
Yeah.
didn't get it, so
I
you
damn
were
sure didn't get-
catfish.
I damn sure was, and fuck it. I'm tired of filters too, though. Catfish and filters. Fuck them.
Fuck all them bitches.
Who came up with catfish?
Who came up with
Fuck
catfish?
you, fake bitches. That's fucked up.
Yo, but
Yo,
yeah.
okay. Filters. On social media. Stop using them.
Fuck them.
Just.
Oh,
use
you know,
them
in the new
seldomly.
iOS 12 update, we got filters on our phone now.
Oh, really? Just natural.
Like,
Yeah.
and
So you could upload it
look.
with the filter, like.
No.
Word,
Hold on, where my
word.
Oh, you mad as a bitch?
That's what we doing now.
You mad?
That's what we doing now.
I think that's what
Just
we doing.
everything a filter now.
Everything is
a
fake.
filter.
Everything fake.
Everything is a filter.
Yeah,
I'm
just like
trying
when
to
you
show
see
you.
people on Facebook, even people that don't use filters.
Here we go.
You see them on Facebook, they be
Boom.
trying to act like they shit all popping, and then
Boom.
That shit ain't really
you
filter.
see them in real life,
Boom.
and they're like sleeping on somebody's couch.
Look
or
at
some
that.
shit. The whole word,
Filters.
the whole
Don't put me on
social
no
media
filter. I'm talking shit
platform is
about
a fucking filter.
Oh, word.
Filters right on
Social,
the phone.
that's what it's created off of.
Man, look, I don't trust not a goddamn thing I see. I'm sorry.
Filtering parts of your life.
I'm gonna search through your picture index for a real picture. I don't care if it was from 2012. I'ma search. I
Oh,
better
shit.
find one.
Oh shit.
Or else you a liar to me. This a fake profile. You know how they had them fake Robobot profiles? This is that.
Robobot. What is Robobot?
Them fake ass profiles. You know. They be having fake ass profiles, man. And these bitches is fake. These bitches is not real.
Okay,
It's
Shannon,
not
did
real.
you?
They not real, man.
All right, so we're gonna get off these filters because
Yeah.
I see you getting upset, and,
Yeah,
and clearly using a filter is ignorant in Shannon's eyes.
Multiple. Never.
So we gonna talk about ignorance.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Wait. I'm about to go live. I need that.
Going
Since you
live,
ain't
then, nigga.
Dev want us to go live. So we about to go live on here.
Ain't this a bitch? So what you say? You God on the show. Dev want us to go live.
He's
So
talking
No, no,
about
no. Dev live.
Oh, hooray! Horse.
Yeah, Dev want us to go
Horse.
live.
Yo, if his name don't sound like a pimp's best friend, whore us.
All right, y'all. So we are live now. We
Yes,
are
sir.
live. All right, so we about to get in
Live and unfiltered.
Live and unfiltered.
Oh my god.
We were just talking about filters.
Shannon hates bitches with filters. If you're a bitch and you use filters, Shannon don't want nothing to do with you.
See, that's the ignorance of you.
Multiple filters. If you have 9 pictures and 5 out of your 9 pictures are filters, Shannon doesn't want you. Did I break that down?
I said 9 out of 9.
We ain't gonna go back
Just
to
listen.
this, right?
Listen to the show.
They can have 5. They can have 5 pictures with filters.
Out of 9? All right, I'll
Yeah.
give them that. But why you need 5?
I have no idea. I don't
Instead
know.
of 2.
Instead of thank you. You don't know your natural beauty. And then yo, I'm
I
so.
don't think that's what they feel.
Listen, no. I'm so tired of the goddamn sink. Cause so many bitches put their ass up on it, just make me think. So you telling me you need to wash it? I'm tired of that shit.
Putting their ass on the sink.
You know, make that booty look bigger. Bitch, where the soap at on that sink? I don't see rag the first. Who's washing what? Where your toothbrush at? What type of scenery?
They
is
took
this?
it out. They have to set the scene.
Set the scene to show me that you need to wash your ass.
No,
That's ignorance. That's ignorance. You say ignorance is bliss, right? These bitches don't know what they doing.
Ignorance is not bliss. Let's go into that since you want to talk about ignorance is bliss.
Well, I don't know that they got a fake ass. All right? And I'd rather not know. All right? If I'm fucking and I think that sink ass is your real ass, let me enjoy myself.
Until it
So
pop.
you don't want to know the truth.
All the ooze come out.
When it come down,
all the ooze come
that
out.
Sounds disgusting.
You gotta know about
that
this.
bitch whole butt was a blister. Like when the ooze come out, man. That
the
shit
ooze come out.
Look at him, he cringing. He cringing. As you say, like, hell no, get that thought out my head.
Yo, no. But I'm saying, like, if I get horny off the pic, I don't want to not be horny when I actually see you, because then that's gonna piss me off.
Oh.
Like, bitch, you lied to my dick, and that's different from lying to me. You can tell me the sky red. All right, I get you. Nigga.
You don't want nobody to lie to your dick.
Don't lie to my dick.
Oh,
This a different being. All right.
Okay.
Now you told me that booty was gonna be a big booty bouncing on my dick, just bouncing on that motherfucker.
It could bounce if it's fake.
It ain't no skinny booty bouncing on it. That shit is just sticking on it. Bop, bop. A stick. A stick. Man, shit.
All right. So let's get. You don't even know what to say.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just like, I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck? Everybody gonna lie but me. I ain't got the data.
Somebody asked.
You don't got the data. Shannon never got the data.
Yeah, I never got the data.
I thought you switched.
First of all, we don't even talk to Shannon
that's
because
to
Shannon
keep
doesn't have
my
data.
messenger on.
Wait, what?
That's to keep my messenger on. I only went up 2 gigs. What you expected?
Yo.
You only went up 2 gigs. Though.
We thought a nigga had unlimited?
All right, so the topic of the show today is ignorance. It's centered around ignorance because I seen a couple of videos which I sent to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like this week, the beginning of this week, and it was New York Times. They did like this doc. What was it called? Doc something.
I don't remember. You know
it was a doc something. Documentaries on race. And they do like these things, and they do a whole bunch of different ones on different topics. But this particular one was on race. Mm-hmm. And when they did it on, we watched 5. Let me switch my camera. Can I switch my camera? Nah, I ain't even gonna switch my camera.
It's on me.
All right, so it's on you right now.
Oh shit.
What's up? Shut up. Okay, so I seen 5 videos in which one of them was black women. One of them was Native Americans. One of them were white people. One of them were growing up black. So that compiled black boys. So
and then
I think the youngest was 17, and then it went up to like 23, 26. 14, and went up to like 26. And then the other one was I watched the one about the police. The police they did one on police and race.
I couldn't bring myself to look at that one. So basically after watching it, I came up with this new ideology when it can it see me? I don't even know. Oh yeah, lit. All right, so I came up with this ideology about just ignorance, because we often say ignorance is bliss, and that basically means a person who does not know about a problem does not have to worry about it. Which ignorance is not bliss, because we live in a day and age where we can literally click a button and we have all the information that we need literally at the palm of our hands, at the tip of our fingers. We have all this information. So basically what I came up with is ignorance. It's 2 things. You have 2 options. You can be naturally ignorant, or you can choose to be ignorant. You can be naturally ignorant.
I mean, at this point in time, nobody in this world should choose to be ignorant. With all the technology and all the information that we have at our fingertips, there should never be a time where I should watch a race documentary, or they're asking specific groups of people about race, talking about race, racism, really anything, politics, laws, education, whatever the case. And they say, now we're going to go back to the race thing. The white people said literally, it's uncomfortable to have the conversation. And one of that same person that said that said, I might be racist. Like she said this to these people. And I mean, of course it was a spectrum of people, some white people that said, well, you know, we have to respect this and we have to acknowledge this and all that stuff. But what really got me is these people choose to be ignorant to the conversation of race, to racism.
Why would I talk about race if it's comfy to ignore it? They don't have to.
But that's the thing. That's exactly my point. They're choosing to be ignorant, and then when it comes up to have a conversation, or they're called to the forefront to have a conversation in order to fix certain aspects of how we treat each other or how they treat minorities or anything like that, they all they can say is it's uncomfortable to have the conversation, so I don't want to have it.
Yeah, because they put themselves in situations to not have the conversation. So to say, why be ignorant with all this technology? I'm ignorant because that's what I want to be. Why would I have a conversation with somebody and then acknowledge the fact that my ancestors have oppressed your ancestors and now me in present time, I'm now in my own way. Because not everybody, it's not direct, but you know, in a way, I'm also an oppressor as well. It takes a lot to say that, but the thing is, when a woman said I might be racist, I was kind of proud of her in that moment, because the only way to move past something is to acknowledge that it even exists. So for you to say, I think I may have been raised a racist. All right, now I got to figure that shit out. I need more people having conversations like that. I don't want to talk to the people that don't care to know, don't care to acknowledge the way that they were brought up, maybe their parents, grandparents, you know, their own prejudices from situations that they have been in. If you don't want to acknowledge that, there is no conversation to be had.
Goddamn right. Oh,
Shannon.
The best part about racism is it always leaves room to come together, because races black people, we always are forgiving, and white people always are hateful. So that's like a yin and yang thing.
They always hateful.
They always hateful. So you know, you get some sprinkled, and then you get some sprinkled. You know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, white people take over shit. We come on, get a plate. You know, we them niggas. So I feel like good and the light will always resume throughout all the bad shit, or the world just
absolutely.
Like,
the light always gonna win.
That's what I think.
Period.
And you know, black people is a light. You know, so we just gotta keep on one crack at a time. Shit, you know, treat it like the saltines. One cracker at a time. You want to put some peanut butter in between there? Two crackers at a time.
Dip it in some soup.
So
make it soggy.
All them crackers. Yeah. So I feel like they'll come over eventually, or they'll blow us all up, because that's what
they're not gonna blow us up.
That's what they're known to do.
What else what else they gonna do? White people gonna get bored eventually. World War III coming. I believe it.
The common theme for them, well, for the conversation with white people, was like you said, they were afraid to have a conversation. And being afraid to have the conversation comes from just not having the courage.
Oh yeah. Ooh, and that shit gets scary. Courage takes a lot of energy. And if you ain't willing to expound it, you ain't about to do it.
People rarely put themselves in positions to look like the bad guy.
Oh, gee shit.
We do that.
I think that's why the conversation is well, I can see it in my thing, so I was gonna hold it. But I think that's why the conversation is so uncomfortable. No, for but yeah, I think that's why the conversation is uncomfortable, because I don't want to hear that the conversation is uncomfortable. Clearly, we know the conversation is uncomfortable for you, but it's a reason why it's uncomfortable, because white people historically don't like to admit to their wrongs. Period. So
who really does?
But that's the thing. Yeah. But for us, we not admitting to no wrongs because we getting wrong.
We trying to invite them.
We trying to invite them over. Like, come over
let's
here.
Understand this.
Let's understand that you put me in this situation, and you're keeping me in this situation. And white people don't want to say, well, I did put you in this situation. The first thing they say is, well, my ancestors didn't do that. My ancestors didn't have
they weren't.
Slaves. You know what I'm saying?
If you listen to the girl with the long curly hair, she looked kind of young. She hit on the fact that they weren't taught how to.
Which goes into,
they're not taught how to have a conversation about race. So that takes that individual to grow up and see past the bullshit. It's hard to see past what you was raised in, because you think that's right.
Or you're gonna get disowned by your crack ass family.
And that's what it and that goes into I posed a question, why didn't they have growing up white in this conversation? So have kids from as little as 14 going up to 26 and have that demographic in there, because then that'll show again, once you out in the sticks, or you out in the suburbs, or you out in all those secluded places, they don't have to have these conversations because they're surrounded by their own people.
Sure, they don't have to have conversations living in the city.
Yeah, they don't have to because it's not on the agenda. Like, I just read the article from Wham, I think. In
13.
13, in which a Brighton teen
Oh, I saw that.
She was talking about racism in the Brighton school district, and I didn't even like the Brighton statement that they gave.
But didn't we talk about Brighton before this came out? I feel like we were talking about Brighton like 2 weeks ago.
I don't know, but basically what she said was they treat you, if you curse, if you drop that, and I'm quoting this, if you drop the F-bomb and you're white, the consequences is different from if you drop the F-bomb and you're black. And I guess she went on YouTube and she put this picture or video up talking about it or whatever the case, and they caught wind, and then they were inviting her to, their district or whatever central office to talk about it. But in the statement, it didn't say like we don't condone any form of racism. It was just like it was like a real generic. We hear you. Nobody contacted us about these problems, and we want to hear your concerns. So I want to sit down with you. We're basically schedule a time. We'll talk to you. Blah blah blah. All that politically correct lingo. But it gets to the point where, in really in any situation, white people don't want to really have this conversation unless they're forced to have the conversation. But even when they do have the conversation, it's still filtered. Going into the filter, you need to stop using them filters.
Even white people,
it's still filtered, and I just feel like, again, like if you're gonna say I might be racist, say I might be racist without saying this conversation is uncomfortable to have, because now it's almost like a contradiction. Like this is uncomfortable to have, and I might be racist. So
I don't think that's a contradiction. She's uncomfortable to have the conversation because she might be racist.
But
that's a genuine.
But if she knows she's racist, if she knows,
the thing is they don't always know that the things that they're doing is supporting racism or prejudices or stereotypes.
That information is literally at your fingertips. So there's for me, there's no ground to not knowing what racism is or what structural racism is, what any type form of racism is. There's no, I don't want to hear, I don't know what it is, or I might be.
If you raised in a household, do you think if you raised in a traditionally white household of people who aren't woke, quote unquote, is they gonna come home and tell their kids maybe you should go on this website and read about?
You don't gotta tell your kids
about systematic racism, or when that shit come on the news, their rhetoric is probably like, here they go with that bullshit again. Like nobody is just like kids in our community that we talk about, consistently. They don't know any better. So when you don't know any better, you as an adult or growing up as a teenager, at some point you got to make that decision for yourself because your parents never made it for you. And then if you grow up and you never get out of that environment, like let's say you grow up in Penfield your whole fucking life, like from the time you birth, you think they taking the fucking time out to be like, I need to worry about structural systematic racism.
No.
I done lived in Penfield from the day I was born, and I'm gonna die in this bitch. I'm not gonna
preach.
I'm not looking that shit up. I'm not even believing that shit.
Thank you.
Like I'm not. The motherfuckers, just like the lady said, she said, I didn't know I had a racial identity. I didn't, and she admitted to the shit that the predator she played. Yeah. And she was like, I didn't think I had a racial identity. What I thought was I was just a person going to help a community of kids who their community didn't know how to help themselves.
Oh,
they really believe this shit. This is where they live. So until you get to the point, and it's crazy that this show is today because I was listening to Super Soul Conversations. Y'all know I love them, right? Y'all know I love Oprah, right? Y'all know I love Dr. Brene Brown, right? That's what y'all really need to know.
Who?
So today I was listening.
There.
That's a white woman too.
That's a white woman.
That's a white woman right there.
My queen.
She might be though. She anyway.
White women can come from Nubia.
So she said she dope as a bitch though. But she said until he or she is willing to lean into discomfort. No, he who is willing to lean into discomfort will rise strong. So until they want to be uncomfortable, nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
Which goes into what I'm saying. So,
yeah.
But she had the balls enough to say it. Nobody else said that shit.
I understand that, but it's
nobody.
It's
who?
My bad.
Hold on, wait a second. He closed his eyes. Hold on, wait a second. I told you it'd be Shannon. It'd be them shenanigans talking.
I'ma fuck you up.
Yeah. So basically, that goes in. So what you just said goes into what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So until they're comfortable enough, or whatever you just said.
What?
Yo, the Noel China shit, real fucking nigga mine. but keep going.
She's
really, I don't want to disrespect you, but
she's uncomfortable in the beginning. But the point is to get her to.
Okay.
She's getting to comfortability by standing up in the classroom and saying, I might be motherfucking racist. That's crazy as fuck.
So, in order to be, this is the saying that you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable
Yeah.
in order to be comfortable in your skin and anything that you want to be comfortable in.
Goddamn
but you
right.
have to be comfortable being uncomfortable because that's when you grow the most. So
Goddamn
what I'm
right.
saying is when white people, anybody says that they don't know about something.
Well, let's just talk about her. This particular.
This particular okay, so
Her
this
in particular.
particular person or any white person that says this conversation is uncomfortable to have, blah blah blah. I might be this, I might be that, I might be racist. There's no in between to me because all the information that you need to be uncomfortable in this realm is literally given to you. You can go to structural racism trainings. You can go to any type of. You can go and find this information through training. Shut up, Shannon.
They're not doing that.
Shannon, it's not about them doing that. It's about if you really want to be uncomfortable, then you will put yourself in these uncomfortable situations. I like that they.
Well, they all did though.
I'm about to acknowledge that. I like that they went on to talk about.
You read that?
Huh?
That's a good question.
Hold on. What question?
Devin Horace.
This nigga said, "Did you write that? What?
Did I write that?
Did you read that?
Bruh,
you
got the
I
phone.
thought you said you could see it.
No, I can. You messing me up.
My bad.
What?
He just asked, why would someone say out loud, "Oh no, I might be racist"?
It goes into the. It goes. Okay, so Dev, I feel like that goes into the conversation that's being had. So they're talking about racism. They're talking about race, and in the flow of the conversation, this particular person, the first thing she said was, "This conversation is uncomfortable to have," and then it flips through other people, and then when it comes back to her, she's explaining furthermore, and then she said, "Well, I might be racist," in a very ignorant tone. Like, I don't know if I'm racist, but I might be racist. And what I'm saying is, you can be ignorant to an extent, but when you choose, I feel like at that age, you're choosing to be ignorant on whether or not you're racist or not. Because if you identify as racist, then you are a part of this system that's been oppressing so many people. And if you aren't racist, then you have to be woke to the racist practices that's going on, whether it's in your school district, whether it's in your city, whether it's wherever it is. You have to be consciously able to say, this is wrong. You are oppressing this group of people, or you are keeping this group of people away from opportunities that I'm having. So then you have to admit to white privilege. I have white privilege. So, and through my white privilege, I'm allotted things that these black people or these people of color are not allotted. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why she would say that is because it fits the narrative of that conversation being had. And we don't know. They could have all been having conversations in the green room or whatever room before each person got interviewed and when they put it together. And it could have been more to everything that they were saying, but the way that it was cut in the 5-minute video, they just basically, I guess they kept the best parts. And obviously hot takes is what sells anyway. So really, when I'm talking about just being consciously aware of just white people being consciously aware of themselves and race as in general, or any problem, social problem or societal problem, anything like that, I don't want to hear I might be, because especially at a adult age. So 18
but
and
they
up,
might be
18 and
bitch,
up.
I might be. Bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be. What the fuck?
Nah,
18
and up, you got an iPhone, you got an Android, you got a computer.
I might be racist.
You can go and you can look up any information
and
that
you
you
know,
want
it's
to.
people out here that have black friends and might have a black best friend and do some shit just because they've been doing it, or there's some shit in their family, it's a joke or whatever, and they think it's because they don't mean any harm, they don't think anything of it. But then when they say it's said in front of their black friend and now they friend offended, now they gotta think to themselves like, damn, well, am I feeding into this shit? Like, am I racist? Like, I might. That's a self-reflection. I think that was very big of her to say that. I had a one of my professors talked about how she became a close friend of her colleague, white man, and she would teach race relation classes. And she said one day he called her and like had a real conversation with her, like, I think I'm prejudiced and I need you to help me
get
realize this shit, realize like what exactly am I doing that's prejudice, why I'm doing that shit, and then how not to do that shit, because that's not cool.
You know what's funny? They got like NA and AAA, we should just have race, and only white people can join it. They just know how to go in a class. You know, they walk up to the stand. They say, "Hello, my name's Todd, and I'm a racist."
All right, but
I respect that more than I might be racist. Hello, my name is Todd.
But here's my thing: racist is extremely broad, and racist and prejudice is two totally different things. So racist is a KKK bitch. I want to kill you. Your whole race incinerated. Prejudice is something different. Prejudice is walking around with stereotypes in your head. So you may not necessarily dislike or hate black people, but you associate certain things with brown people. You know what I'm saying? With people of color. That's not the same as racism. So thinking that so for me, like for a white woman, so what I'm imagining, she's saying not I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
For me, a white woman.
No,
China white.
China white. China white.
When she said Nicole. I think I might be racist, I envisioned her maybe walking down the street and crossing the street when a black person is walking down the street, or maybe working at a store and following a black person around in the store to see, you know what I'm saying? Things not harmful things, or locking her door when somebody walk by, you know, just
calling the police on a nigga that just selling water.
No, that's racist. That's no.
Officer, he's selling water.
That kind of underlining unconscious type of prejudice. Yeah. I think of that when she say, damn, I don't know, I might be racist, because for them, they never been able to have the conversation. They obviously don't talk to people that look like us. So therefore, you saying I crossed the street because this is a black man, is that me being prejudiced, or is that being me racist? Damn, I don't know. That might fall under the rate. They don't fucking know. They genuinely don't fucking know. I'm not saying it's right for them to not know. I'm not saying that they can't, find resources and shit like that. But for one, the motivation got to be there. And for two, that shit don't cross their fucking mind on a daily basis.
If the motivation is not there and they're within society, then they are a part of the problem.
Yeah, I ain't saying that they not, but it's not a surprising that they not checking out what the fuck Martin Luther King said. Like, they don't give a fuck. So that goes. It's a select few, which is why I feel like, talking about them kind, you gonna speak in circles, because if they don't want it, those are not our people. But we gotta fuck with our people. You gotta get the ones you can get. You ain't gonna be able to pick all 100, but if you can get 5 out of 100, get that fucking 5. Fuck that 95.
But here's the thing.
And go over there, you can get another 5.
But here's the thing. We gotta understand. I'll let you go in a second, Shannon. But what I'm trying to get into, because you can't to the racist and prejudice thing, you can't really be racist and not prejudiced.
I didn't say that. I said some people are racist and some people are racist and some people are prejudiced. I'm not saying you can't be racist and prejudiced, but someone who is prejudiced, if they're just solely prejudiced, you can't say that they're racist, because that's different. It's not the same.
I think that's debatable depending on
the definitions of racism and prejudice is different. They not the same. Yes, racist people are prejudiced. Prejudice does not always equal racism, but racism does always equal prejudice. But it just can't be flipped around. Because to be racist, you want to cause harm. You want this race to be wiped out.
Not necessarily, because you could be
fucking KKK.
But no. The KKK was an extremist group, so their sole purpose was to savor the white people.
They were racist
and wipe out everybody else that didn't look like them.
A woman who crossed the street because a black man is coming down the street and automatically sees him as a threat, that could just be honestly, that's like social conditioning. That's just coming from her white land. She has been taught by the media and other things that black men are dangerous. Is she necessarily racist? She may not ever want to cause harm to him. She may know black people. She may feel like she's doing her part in society to help black people, but her crossing the street is going to make her double check and say, well, fuck, am I racist? Because I feel like I'm not I know that shit wrong. I feel like I'm not a part of that shit, but I'm having these automatic responses. Why am I having these? That she's not racist.
But in that particular situation or scenario, then you can't. That's more so because black people do the same thing. If you see a group of black people that's look like they doing no good, then you gonna cross the street. So
but they don't be black. Nigga, you could be walking down the street and a bitch across the street. A white lady will cross the street in Penfield. You walking down the street. It's 8:00 at night. The sun is setting. The bitch is gonna cross the street, my nigga.
But you're setting a specific timeline. Randomly, if you feel uncomfortable, no matter who you are, you're going to cross the street or make sure that you are safe in the situation that you're in. What I'm saying is, when it comes down to when it comes to just racism in general, we can't allow the narrative of the conversation to be, this is uncomfortable and I might be racist, because that's giving you the okay to be ignorant, to say ignorance is bliss. No, it's not, because
then you say, what are the things that you do that you feel like may put you in a category of racism? Now we got to have a conversation about your actions. That's the door opener. Then you walk through that bitch and set that shit on fire, and then
I understand that, but that's in a intimate setting. In that particular, and keeping it in the scenario of the New York Times, like that whole kind of flow of things, that makes it, that right there made it seem okay to say I might be racist.
I didn't get that vibe.
That makes it okay to say, like, okay, well,
I don't think so. I might be racist. Fuck it. It is what it is, bitch. Like, I was more taken aback by the woman who said, what the fuck she said? I'm a white woman, and I pretty much, like, I play my role in society. I know that, like, systemic racism and oppression is real, and I make decisions to pretty much, like, she makes decisions to try to deflect that, like, you know, deflect or reflect. I don't fucking know. Pretty much not contribute to oppression. But then she was like, but then I also make decisions that perpetuate the system. I'm like, oh, this bitch. That took me more back than the lady saying she might be racist, because I felt like she was ready to heal her soul. This bitch was like, fuck it. I mean, but listen,
hold on. See, I think we have like the opposite mentalities behind it, because I would respect that more than saying I might be racist, because basically when you say I might be racist, to me, it just basically kind of reinforces that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still doing what I'm doing regardless. Like, I might be.
I don't know. I'm gonna learn.
But if you're saying, like, I don't want,
the bitch sound like she was gonna keep perpetuating the system.
But again, if that's that goes into what you've been saying for the whole show. If you come from a specific setting and you say and you learn specific, like, practices and everything like that, then you aren't going to change your ways if you don't want to change your ways. So if you're going to say, like, I'm racist and this is what I like, then okay, I know that you're racist. I know that you perpetuate the system, or I know that you're sometimes racist when it comes to this, and you're not racist when it comes to this. Okay, I know how to rock with you. But if you sitting here saying I don't know, I might be, then now you're in a gray area that you don't need to be in. It's either you are or you aren't.
But here's the thing: the person that says sometimes I contribute to racism and sometimes I don't, it is what it is, those aren't the people that we should be trying to have conversations with. But we should be having the conversations with the ones that saying I might be racist. I think I might be doing something wrong. Somebody help me help my motherfucking self. That's who I want to have a conversation with. Well, we don't know, but that's the vibe I got from her, was like, these conversations are comfortable to have. I don't know how to talk about race. And because of that, obviously you blocked off from the whole shit. I might be like, oh shit, I might have to.
But why is it out. Might though?
Because she don't know what race. They still don't know if they can say African American or fucking black. That shit annoys me. So you mean to tell me the whole conversation as a whole gonna be uncomfortable as fuck if these motherfuckers don't even know how to say he was a black man, or they get nervous around black people trying to figure out, what do I say? Do I say African American or do I say black? And you expect this bitch to be able to say, you know what? Sometimes when a black man comes into the store, I clutch my pearls. Like, can't even figure out what is gonna offend us yet. The bitch don't know.
Which goes in.
The bitch is clueless. God damn, the bitch needs some milk. Oh my god. She don't know shit.
But again, so that's going back into what I'm saying. You need to understand that, not you, but the white lady. I was gonna jump over this table like you. We got to understand that in order to send a clear message, we have to clearly state what we are trying to send, whatever message we're trying to send.
Well, let me tell you what I didn't understand.
If you clearly understand, like, racism, the practices of racism and everything like that, and you know that you aren't racist, then say you aren't racist. Because if you say anything else, I'm gonna assume that you are racist. If you sit
maybe I'm
with
weird,
all these,
talk to the racist people.
I mean, I talk to both of them.
I would talk to them. The ones I want to.
No, I definitely want to talk to both of them. Like, I want to understand. I want to know what racist practices that you partake in, and you are okay with taking them. Like, I want to have those conversations.
Well, not the ones that's okay. The ones that's trying to reform themselves. I am a former racist. What's a former racist?
KKK turn police.
KKK turn police.
Oh hell! Oh goddamn!
That's
no.
what they do.
No. Yeah. Listen though, can we get off the white people because we've been talking about them for too long.
Thank God.
I'm talking about the mindset. I'm not talking about the white people. I'm talking about the mindset.
Well, we need to get with the Native Americans because I didn't know this shit was happening.
What
I
happened?
knew this shit was happening, but I didn't know this shit was like this, this deep.
What happened?
The white people with the Native Americans, they is
What they
like
do?
keeping a chart. They can't wait for them motherfuckers to die and give
What?
up that land. Yeah, they fucking check their blood quantum. How Indian are you? And they have to have an Indian card. I knew none of
Indian
this.
card? They gotta check in
Like a green card. Like this not they shit.
Damn.
Not even a green card. It's almost like the Hitler system. Like they have didn't they say they have like a patch or something that identify how
much
Indian you are?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you 10%, your card say 10%.
If you 10% though, you might not even be able to be an Indian.
Like
Damn.
on
The minimums I saw was 25.
Damn.
And if you have a kid with somebody that's less than, your kid number drop.
Of
So if you
course.
a 25 and then your man is like a 19, your kid not gonna be 25 like you. Your kid gonna like fall somewhere in the middle.
Ain't this a bitch?
That shit is crazy. They is really like diluting them away.
Damn.
That shit is wild.
They gonna do that to us next.
They can't do that to us. We got too much power.
They gonna try.
We got too much power.
We make them too much money.
They gonna try.
Nah, they
Now when we
Indians-
start
Nigga,
making them
we
money
don't
for
go buy-
ourselves,
you know
then
why-
they gonna start doing us like this.
You know
Niggas-
why? You know
Oh,
why
yeah.
they not doing that to us? Because we don't own any land. They had to give them land as the treaty agreements through treaties and stuff.
This shit I
They didn't
forgot
give
about.
us anything.
This is
So
all shit I forgot about. I don't know.
so they didn't give us anything. So they can't do that. They don't need to do that. We already own their land. We already paying them for their stuff, their buildings, everything like that. So they don't need to say he is 10% black or 100% black. Because shoot,
I wish
Because
they
it was the
would.
one drop rule. So once anything touched black blood, you was black. So there is no
My
percentage
niggas.
needed.
My niggas.
If your great granddad was black, you black. You got one drop of black blood. So no, there is no. So I had to look into the shit because I was like mind blown. So this shit was created by the Department of Interior. Did I know that existed? No. It was so they brought this shit together. A whole bunch of white men got together and decided to make rules in 1849 so I guess they started working on like freeing the slaves. And then like how to keep territory. So this whole department was made up of how we gonna colonize the slaves and how we gonna use them for as long as we possibly can before shit get real. And then how the fuck do we keep this land that we stole from these Indians? That's what this whole department was made of, and it's still here, alive and well. And this is who keep their blood results. And like, so once your tribe, like, it continues to dilute, like once that shit is gone, they take the land. It's over for you. That shit is wild.
that's crazy. So, which goes back into it. I mean, like, so the Native Americans is interesting because they have reservations kind of all throughout the Native Americans, the United States, and they still to this day have to fight for their land every single day, in the sense that they don't have the rights that we have per se, and we don't even have rights.
We got rights.
Like we don't even got rights. So if we don't got rights and they got lands and they have almost like the pipeline, when the pipeline was going through and they got through the Native American lands.
Native American pipeline.
Yeah, like the Native American pipeline.
Yeah, I was just thinking like every Native American about to get diluted. Just a pipeline.
Just the pipeline. That's why they
Niggas,
put the pipeline
white
through.
People, we all fucking Pocahontas.
I ain't Pocahontas.
No, I'm saying like we all just gotta go get us a Pocahontas.
I used to love that movie.
What?
I had never seen
That little fine one. Any girl that was even remotely that color, I thought was Pocahontas.
Shut up.
You Pocahontas?
You
Shut up.
You know what? You ain't Pocahontas, but I'm gonna
call you
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. And don't let her have long black hair. Oh no, you just my.
You gonna
Highness.
start singing the song, whatever the
You
song.
Oh,
you just my
shit.
highness. Shut up. I don't know. I learned a lot, and I'm gonna start looking into this Native American shit because it's kind of crazy.
Well, they did say black people and Native Americans intermingled a lot.
Well, yeah, the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, I feel like
They
I gotta
have
read a
the
book.
Trail of
fucking
Tears.
They
with
have intra-racism. I didn't think they would have that. I don't know.
Speak
I
up.
just didn't think. I don't know. I don't know where. clearly see, like the white lady. I'm not Indian. My family wasn't bringing home books about this is what's happening to the natives. So I'm ignorant to this stuff. I know what the
but
white
that's
man,
naturally ignorant.
That's
You're not
what the white man
choosing
wanted
to be
me to
ignorant.
know.
What did you say? You said you're gonna read up more on it because you want to know about it.
That's what they gonna do. Hopefully, that's what the lady. My fingers crossed. I'm gonna pray for her. I hope she get her life together.
She didn't give me that notion. She just gave me I don't know if I'm racist. I might be.
Bitch, I might.
I might be.
Bitch, I might.
That ain't good. You got Google, just like Dev been saying all live. Google it.
Oh shit. Well, because I did Google this DOI.
Yeah, if you want to know about it, Google it. Google know everything, or at least majority of the stuff. Google, you have it at your fingertips. Don't Google a sickness, because don't Google symptoms. Your ass be like, I'm dead. I got stage 4 lymphoma. Misinformed is the word we should use. That's what Dev said.
That white people are misinformed?
Nah, they just choosing to be ignorant. That's what white people is.
Oh, okay.
I'm misinformed. You misinformed.
Oh, okay.
Because the natives, them are people too. Yeah, Trails of Tears. You know the natives in the black people back in the time of Black Wall Street, 1907, they actually had an agreement to if you married a Native American, you get 40 acres and a mule. So you get land if you married into Native Americans. That's how they got all that land.
Black people were already on the continent along with Native Americans. So the reason that they was able to get most of the land that they got was because they split us up. So we didn't even know that we owned some of this land as well. Black people was here. Like, do you think like it was just all these Native, and now all the Native Americans is just gone? Like no, they just white people did their thing. I don't know. I might need to start my own little
coalition
world. No, and just do this shit, but flip it. Let me stop. I ain't gonna enslave nobody. That shit is sick. But yeah, like a lot of black. That's that comment. When you black, I got Indian in me. Like a lot of us was already here. That's why black people look so different when they're from different places. Like black Indian natives were here, and also native black people were here. But they want all of us to think we all came from Africa. We didn't. That's just the fact. And they would they would have to give us a lot of land too. And they not with that shit. They not giving it. Listen, they switched that shit up to sound how they want it to sound, and it's operating just the way they want it to operate.
Well, it goes into obviously psychological warfare when it come down to it. But when we
and destroying history.
Yeah, well, really, we don't know what history is unless we look it up ourselves. If we self-educate ourselves. So again, that goes into what I've been saying the whole show. If you want to know about something, if you want to learn about something, if you want to be informed, you have to look it up yourself. You can't have the whitewashed version because you will never get the true version.
You will never know about blood quantum. That shit is crazy.
I mean, they know about it. They don't care about it.
I didn't know about it. So I doubt them motherfuckers know.
Shannon, what you knew about?
Look at him. He like, this shit is too much.
Because we've been talking.
And did you watch these videos?
I did.
He did watch it.
It's too much. That shit get heavy on my mind. Like,
it's okay.
So tell me what you got. What you got from it?
Oh, well, pretty much it's the same thing. Like, white people, you get the good ones, you get the medium ones, and you get the bad ones.
What's the medium?
The niggas that think I might be racist.
Oh, okay.
Those
See, that's
like
the thing.
on the
You don't know. On the fence. They medium rare.
That's always they medium rare. Medium white.
Medium white.
Yo,
medium woke.
Medium woke. G shit.
Nah, they ain't medium
G
woke.
Shit.
They're not even medium woke.
Yo, you know that 6 o'clock in the morning feeling when you just like, I could go back to sleep? That's them. Because I don't understand some of their logic. I don't get, but I don't try to understand their logic. Like, the same way she said I might be and all that shit is the same way I can look at a man and say, look at a white man and hear him say, kill that nigga. Like, to me, it's the same dumb shit. Like, you either with us or you against us, baby.
Exactly. Pick a side. That's all you gotta do. Smoke the blunt with a nigga. Listen to Bob Marley. That'll change a cracker's mind. If every KKK member listen to Bob Marley and hit the blunt, we'll all just be sitting there singing Kumbaya. Like, let's chill.
Maybe. Well, I think it might be a little deeper than that, but I'm gonna let you slide.
That's how we start, though.
Oh, that's the door opener. I might be racist. I mean, you start rolling up. Okay, all right.
Okay.
You wanna open the door? All right.
You might be racist.
I might be a crack.
Right.
I might be a cracker hater.
All right. I might
gotta
fuck with
admit
that.
this
You
to
gonna
each
open
other.
the door? Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's cool.
It might be the video to "I'm not racist." The only thing missing was the weed.
Yeah.
See, well,
Might be
that's what
on
I
something,
thought.
Shannon. You might be on something.
See, that's why I turned it off early. I didn't want to watch this whole shit. Yeah, I get the gist.
I get the gist.
I get the gist. I got to get back to my comedy, man. This serious. That's why I don't watch world news.
I don't watch news.
I don't
see.
I don't watch.
Well, I don't watch the news, but y'all know why I don't watch news. But for the people that don't,
But he be on Facebook.
I don't watch.
He be giving people news, but don't watch the news. You's a nigga. Like, did y'all see this? What y'all think about this?
Yeah, and I don't even say.
And you don't even
I go ghost. I said, what y'all think about this? Thoughts? Ghost. I just go and I watch people. I watch people talk about it. Nah, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news because I like even when I was at my mom's house.
Goddamn right.
When I was at my mom's house, it'd be times where she'll be watching like David Murrow, World News or whatever his name is.
You look at me for confirmation.
And you would I don't know. I'm just saying. And they would air a story in some place in the world, and it'd be black people killing people, or they done killed somebody, or they going to jail. Blah, blah, blah.
Typical niggas.
And literally, the very next story will be like an old white woman saving a cat from a tree. No lie. I seen this on there, and it's like that pisses me off. Even if you go out to like the suburbs and you go into like a gym in the suburbs and they got the news on, like you would see City of Rochester, somebody got killed, you know, black people talking or whatever the case.
Can you
black
tell me why
shot.
black people get on the news? Am I the only person that get annoyed by that?
I don't watch it. I don't know.
Like when it's a kid.
So I was ignorant shit.
So I was at a friend's house and the news was on, and what they did was they played a story, and then the story went off and they played the exact same story like again. So they do that too. Yeah. And then the guy, I guess he killed somebody or something. The guy's family was on the news, and I was just like, am I wrong for that? Because I don't like that shit. I'm not getting on the fucking news talking to these.
But there's always that
C word.
That ignorant nigga. There's always that ignorant nigga in your family.
I get on the news.
Thank you. There's always that ignorant nigga in your family.
It's never. Let me not. I'm gonna keep that comment to myself.
Put me on the news.
We can say that. I say that off of here.
They gonna edit me out.
Dev might be the only. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dev be the only nigga going there with a suit.
That's what I'm saying. It's certain. You got 20
seconds. We talk about killings.
You got 20 seconds, nigga.
You got 20 seconds, nigga.
I'm gonna have an AI. I'm gonna have an AI moment on the news. Put me on the news.
It's always a certain type, which is why I'm like, why?
Oh,
why?
It perpetuates the stereotype.
Exactly. Stay the fuck off the news. Unless you're gonna do that shit right. That shit pisses me off.
I be wanting people to ask me.
I don't know. I have Sling TV. I don't watch the fucking news.
Fuck that. If white people gonna laugh at us, I'ma laugh at them. Cause that should be hilarious to them. Fuck that. Fuck it. Like what? They keep doing it. We ain't changing it. I don't see us changing it. There's always gonna be a nigga. Every time you go, every city you go, there's always gonna be a nigga.
I mean, I definitely be talking my shit. I'm like, so you gonna get on there with your tooth out?
You see what I'm saying?
You gonna do that?
But then again,
Walmart and the news is Walmart and the news two different things.
But when you see some crazy things on Walmart,
I don't go to Walmart.
I love Walmart.
I go to Walmart.
If I go to Walmart, if you see me at Walmart, just know I'm pissed off, and this was my last resort. That's always
I ain't that bougie. I try to keep my money and I spend it.
Boy, you can catch.
I love Wegmans, but listen.
I definitely don't get no food from.
You
Walmart.
sold your soul. I go to the public market, nigga.
I'm starting with the public market.
Definitely,
I go
to the public
cash.
market every Saturday.
I gotta have cash for the public market.
Okay, go to the bank.
No, they got ATMs there.
No, don't use the ATM there. That shit is high.
Nah,
$250.
I go right to the bank right here and take mine for it.
Hell yeah.
But go on what you were saying. I kept on cutting you off.
My mind went somewhere else.
The public market.
Yeah, nigga. I started thinking about all the sales. Hell.
Oh, I got some pomegranate last week.
Oh shit! Word.
That shit was so good.
I love pomegranate drink. It make the pussy a little pinker. It don't.
I haven't had anyone drink me. Since I've been eating it.
So no,
I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Please do.
Shannon want to know that.
Oh, the yoni too.
No, all right. Oh,
my bad.
See,
I gotta get light. This race. I'm starting to. The 3 R's: race, rape, and religion. Them shits get me going.
What?
Rape, religion, and 3 R's.
Oh, the 3 R's.
I said rape. Oh, race,
religion, and rape.
The 3 R's, they get me going.
They
get him going.
You know, don't they say don't talk about politics on the first date? Don't talk about politics, religion, and some other shit.
Damn, sure not
That's
race.
the shit I want to talk about. Sit down at the table. So, what do you believe in? They could be like, God damn, I don't even know your name. Like, no, what do you?
Who'd you vote for in the White Cracker?
Who did you vote for in the 2016 election?
Yo, nah. I mean, one thing about white girls is I do not like talking about race because if I find out that they're
you part of the problem too.
Exactly. What do you mean you don't want to talk about
race?
Let's
talk about this real quick.
Ignorance
Since we on there, nah. Ignorance is not bliss. No,
I don't want to know.
Not bliss.
You don't want to know, so you want to stick your dick in a nigger hater.
Oh, she ain't a nigger hater
until she have a kid, and then
she hate her kid.
Who get? Didn't I specifically
stop
say
having
no white girl pregnant?
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on.
Oh,
I can't do it.
So this is the thing.
I love
me.
them.
This is the thing with me. If you choose to have relations or be in a relationship with a white woman or a white man,
a white Nubian princess.
If you choose to be in, she just shot something. Ain't no throwing that in the studio.
Shut up.
Who gonna
you lucky I ain't jump over this table.
Yo, that'd be funny.
Yo, god damn.
Sorry.
For the people.
Damn.
Yeah. You just see a leg.
Nah.
Like,
you gonna see a lawsuit the next episode. I'm
don't
gonna be in
have no
here.
money.
My lawyer gonna be right here.
I don't have no money.
If she touched me, I'm call the police.
you exercising your other rights for your other side.
I need 5 feet from now on. Dave, you gotta extend this table.
Too bad it's no extensions. All right, so if you date or choose to date a white woman or a white man,
I don't want to know her.
You have the sole responsibility to make sure that they are on the good side and they are woke.
Yes, you do.
That is no.
Those are the rules.
That's your rules. If you date,
those are the rules of the skin that you wear.
If you date a white person and you do not care to teach them,
Devin, I'm gonna pick that
the ways.
The ways of a nigga?
I'm gonna pick that
I can teach her the ways of a nigga.
No.
Oh,
you gotta understand. You gotta make sure that they are informed, that they are not ignorant. So if you date a white person and they can get on that documentary and say I might be racist,
you talking about their family, right?
No,
what the fuck? You ain't fucking the family?
Oh no,
because you fucking the family?
That's what I thought.
I know you into some weird shit. I know you into some weird shit. Shannon, we heard you did some shit.
What you mean?
Hold on, let's stay on. Stay on point.
Okay, all right. I'm good.
Y'all keep cutting off. No,
go.
2013.
So listen. When you when you date outside of your race, I don't care who it is, but I can't specifically with white people. You you have to culturally educate them every chance you get,
that's why I can't do it.
There is no negotiation to that.
Too much work.
They have to know. Like,
if you would be with a woman and not know where she stands on the racial spectrum, you're a sellout.
I ain't talking. I thought you was talking about her family.
Why the fuck? Who cares about her family?
That's what I was saying. Like,
no, I'm talking about her. You will need to know.
Then I agree. I just
fetishize. Help me. Fetishizes. Whatever. Black men.
I just want her. Ooh. I might like that. I might like that shit. I mean, use me.
You might like that.
Take advantage of this man dingo, this light skin.
I'm not okay. So call me. I don't know if I'm not doing BDSM with a white man.
Oh yeah, it might get a little too rough. Instead of Daddy Master, instead of your name being Noel, it's Patty.
What?
That would be wild.
Now he might go back to the roots.
To the roots of this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I can't. That shit to bring
I get you.
That shit to bring to you is not whipping me.
I think
sir.
it's different.
Yo,
fuck out of here. You're not whipping me.
I think that's different for men and women.
Now get up.
Yeah, cause y'all gross. Y'all don't care. Use me like a black
Use
slave
me.
as long as y'all get some pussy.
Now I wouldn't say like a black slave.
What? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to dating.
Oh, okay.
Like black man dating a white woman is different than a black woman dating a white man.
I look at them so foul.
What, black women?
I think it's different.
Yeah.
Why?
No, the white man, like, you don't really love.
Because historically, I mean,
the fuck you doing?
historically, white women was always attracted to black men.
And
black,
they
always white men.
Everybody was attracted to black men.
Do not ever let these white men tell y'all they not attracted to black women.
No,
they love black women.
I'm not
Everybody loves black people.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not saying that they weren't attracted to black women. I had to make sure I had to get that all right. I was about to say, you thinking. Yeah, because I got confused. I'm not saying that they weren't attracted to black women. I'm just saying that they weren't as open to dating outside of their race because they had to control this race. White women were controlled by the white men, but the white women always was open to, you know what I'm saying? They never said like, ew, those black men is over there and I don't like them, I'm gonna go enslave them. Nah, they ain't say that. They husband said it.
Like, let me show
like
you
they
what
was controlled. They was controlled. But yeah, they was trying to.
God damn.
For real.
The white men was saying the same shit.
And then if it's almost
that was a no-no.
It's almost like the Middle East with all them. Like it's some of them that want to go outside of what they're taught, but they can't. And if they do go outside, they have to play as if they didn't go outside in order to save their life type thing.
This is not letting my glasses live. This is pissing me off.
So the white women in history had to fake as if they didn't like black men or they weren't attracted to black men. That
shit came out the woodworks.
I don't know. That interracial shit, unless he would have to be raised extremely well and then you still have to do your part. I mean, relationships are hard enough.
I was about to say, man, look.
Plus I need brown dark kids.
I agree.
We ain't talking about kids. I'm just talking about
the
dating aspect.
Man,
no matter how far it goes, you just need to culturally educate.
And that's gonna be
black, white, Asian, anything.
Extra thing.
So you gotta educate your black men. Because half them don't know about it.
Not about black shit.
Yes, you do. It's a whole bunch of black people ignorant about black culture. They think black culture is just hip hop. It's more than just, black culture. And they think hip hop is just music, and it's more than just music and hip hop culture. So you got to educate your own people about their own culture, which is crazy. But you have to do that through
I don't know those kind of men.
You have to do that through reading, and our people don't read. So since our people don't read,
that's why I be lost like a motherfucker. That whole beginning conversation, what?
Yeah, since our people
that whole beginning conversation,
our people don't read, so we have to educate them through us reading. So if I'm gonna read, like I'm reading PTSD, post traumatic slave syndrome, I'm reading that PTSS. I'm reading that, and now it's my duty to educate my people, my youth, on the things that I'm reading. Educating the people that my colleagues, when we have this circle in the first half of the year, on the things that I got out of this book and the things that they couldn't get out of this book because they couldn't relate to the things that were the stories that were told in the book. We have that sole responsibility. No matter who we are, no matter who we're with, we have to culturally educate the people that we are around continuously, because it's some black people that just won't sit down and read a book, won't even listen to a book, an audio book.
People that don't know how to read.
Too much
work. That's what I'm saying. It's too much work to them. But again, no matter who you are, no matter what culture you come from, no matter what it is, we have to culturally educate the people that we're with in order to be able to move forward. And that's the problem. We don't educate.
Education?
Yeah, we don't educate.
I feel like
and some people don't.
But I feel like some people don't want to be educated.
It don't matter. You went to school. It's sometimes that you went to school, that you went to college, and you didn't want to be educated, but you did it. Mm-hmm. You can educate. Again, it's that.
I think everybody does their part, and there's plenty of examples on the large scale and also micro of black people who are out here doing things.
I think it's more so we have to understand that as time progresses, we have to educate through a creative lens. That's why I created this show. That's why I'm creating Static Vibrations Network. That's why I'm creating creative avenues to where we create a space to where you're always learning something about our culture. Mm-hmm. Black owned. I'm creating the network because if we own our own content, we can push out whatever content we want to push out. So if we want to educate our kids, our youth on Black Wall Street, then we can do that without having a white person upstairs saying, nope, I don't like that content. This is not hot. This is not. You see what I'm saying? So in order for us to educate our own people and educate everybody else, we have to create our own content.
And everybody has to do their fucking part.
What, Shannon? What you got? You trying
what
to
was
get
his name? No, I'm trying to think of his name. I was about to say you gonna be like that reading. What's the black nigga that used to be on PBS? Like
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh,
yo,
Reading Rainbow.
you gonna be that reading Dead Boat?
That's I think you saying something. You thinking about something important over there. You over there like
okay.
No, what the fuck is that?
I thought he
name?
was about to come with some profound
That's
quote
what I'm
or
saying.
something
Nothing
he
like
heard.
that.
He's
Something
talking
we
about.
got
He's
a
on some
quote.
nothing like
You
that.
giving me too much credit.
No, black people definitely need
no
to
credit
read.
junkie. That was like episode 13. Shannon was on it.
Oh shit. Yo. That's back in
Shannon, you need to start reading. Read Dr. Brene Brown. She'll help you out.
I mean,
That's my girl.
I'll read Dr. Martha's book, Luther Queens
Well, that is her.
Jr.
That is her.
That's her.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
You lying?
No, I'm so
Listen to her.
serious.
Listen to her on Oprah.
No.
I'm dead serious.
Matufu Shakur told me specifically we would meet in a parking lot at Applebee's. All right.
Oh, okay.
Fuck out of here.
Well, Martha Luther?
Yeah. We're gonna be in LA.
Oh, L.A. Applebee's in L.A.
Yeah.
You gonna go to an Applebee's in L.A.
Yeah,
And you-
bougie. Bougie.
Yeah, bougie.
Okay. All right.
Do they have that?
Yeah. So basically,
Rich nigga talk. Rich nigga talk.
do they have-
Got that in LA?
so moving forward, I feel like
Speak it into existence.
as a collective, as a
Yeah.
community, as a obviously the black community in general, we have to understand and recognize when we're being bamboozled,
Yep.
because that I don't know talk is dangerous. That but the I am racist or I am not racist is not dangerous. You don't want somebody that's in the gray area, because that's like that's the same thing as saying I might be with the KKK. I might. Or I might not.
He dragging it.
You know what I'm saying?
Show some
I
compassion, Devin.
Nah, it's why should I show compassion? They ain't show compassion to us.
Show compassion for the willingness to learn.
But if you're willing to learn, you don't have to say I might be.
Maybe that's something. You know how sometimes you have to say things out loud in order for you to like recognize that this shit is real.
Facts.
You have to say things out. That's why when you go to drug or alcohol dependency classes, they have to stand up and say, "Hi, my name is such and such, and I'm an alcoholic." You gotta hear that shit.
And I am an alcoholic. Not I might be an alcoholic when they know they're an alcoholic.
Listen, give the lady this nigga ripping her to shreds. She
I'm
gonna be
just
so
saying.
scared. If Devin was in the room, she'd be like, "Nah, I'm really never."
That's the
gonna
point.
talk about race because
Okay.
I said I might be.
So
racist
choose a
and he
side.
dragged me
So
down.
choose a
Shut
side.
up.
The same with the same breath.
She's talking
that you
about
would
where
say,
she is today.
the same
She
breath-
want to be someone different tomorrow. Lady from the
Live,
thing.
we only got a minute
I'm
left.
gonna pray for you.
So y'all gotta catch
I'm
the
gonna
rest
pray
of the
for
show.
you.
But
Yes, we do. We definitely have to make conscious efforts to build up our community, build up our kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's partially why I chose to switch companies. Know when you're working for a company that is perpetuating the system. You got to get out of that because that makes you a part of it.
well, that's why I never wanted to work within the I can see myself. I didn't never want to work in like the juvenile system, because I don't want to help you once you're already in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help
Keep
you
you from
before
getting
you
there,
get
prevent
to
it.
the system.
Yep.
That's what I want to do. So like he like your glasses. Dev like your
Thank
glasses.
you.
He been talking about them glasses since
They
he got
keep
on.
my
here.
lashes won't let them live. They too long.
But yeah, as we wrap, 'cause this is kind of a short show. But as we wrap, on live, y'all say bye.
Bye.
Sorry, pause.
Love.
Oh, it's over. It's already done.
All right, fuck it.
Whatever. So, as we kind of come to a close, for the show, I'm not one to give space. Not happening. It's either you are or you aren't, and then let's move forward. Because if I know that you are, then we can have this conversation, and then you can say once we have the conversation that this is uncomfortable, but I want to move forward. And if you're not, then I know that the conversation that we're gonna have won't be that type of progressive conversation, but we can have a conversation to try to come to some type of common ground per se. But I'm not trying to change your mindset of anything.
The only time I'm trying to hear might is, man, I get high too.
Bitch, I might be.
Might be, man, I'm high too, B. Yo, I am, man, I get high too.
You don't want to hear. See, if you ask somebody if they high, you don't want to hear I might be high.
No, might. MIGHT, man, I get high too. That's the only time I want to hear it.
Man, I get high too. Shut up, Shannon.
Yo, that's creative, man. Stop it, man.
Oh,
That's
you
the only
go
time.
with the acting.
Yeah, nigga.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, you just talking like.
I don't know what
We don't be in your
I'm
head.
with you.
That's a fact. But I really.
It's just a marble rolling around in there.
I wouldn't say a marble. It's a landingo. Right? It's a
All right.
it's a
do your
big dick
thing.
that landed
Do
in
your
my
thing,
mind.
please, sir.
Please,
Please,
I'm
sir.
just mind fucking you.
So I can get out of here and get away from this man. This peasant.
Y'all know.
Peasant.
Oh,
No, come to the office.
Talk that
Come
talk.
to the office.
Talk that talk.
With
time-
your
it's
wanna
time to
be Black Watch reporter ass looking. Yo, got the lipstick of wanna be Martha. How you find her granddaughter's lipstick? and then I see a little nose hair coming out. What you been doing earlier? You been hitting them edges.
Don't
And I
get
ain't talking
emotional.
about
You
hair.
bald head, light skin ass, soft
Oh,
ass
you wanna keep
nigga.
going? You wanna keep going?
Don't get upset. I think we might have been shut down.
Oh, that's
No, I just turned y'all down. I just turned y'all down. That's it. y'all got a little loud
She had
there.
to go to the office for a
Shiny
second. That was
ass.
it.
She
Called you shiny.
Come back to the
Come back
office.
to the office.
Come back to the
I ain't
office.
dismiss you.
Yeah.
Shut up, Shiny.
Girl,
Shiny.
listen. If I shot my shot, it would have to go between those earrings. All right, I'm getting straight jaw. All right, I need head. All right, straight jaw. You see
Oh.
that? Perfect.
Shannon.
Perfect.
Shannon.
That's how you gonna sit me. Shit. Listen. You the type that had a ponytail that be sticking out like this. But then say, girl, I'm Flea.
Get out of here.
Yo. She the type that be going to the beach, right? Have all her varicose veins showing, but then will still look at you and say,
first of
nigga.
all, only the women you fuck can get varicose veins. Only the women that you fuck. Only the women you fuck with.
Come on.
Only your kind.
You don't even know what varicose veins is. Then.
I do know.
I don't know what it
they
is.
are.
You don't know that shit?
Nope.
They the ones that when your
your
veins
vein-
show. That's a white woman trait.
You pretty much you see your hand.
My veins?
You see your hand.
But when they
That's
get
on their
old,
legs.
But when they get old,
That's on their legs. Like you
Oh.
just see that shit on their legs and it's blue, pink. It look like
Oh.
a road map. Like you ever been in the subway? You ever been in
Look
the
like
subway?
a road map.
Yeah, that shit. Yo,
Shut your ass
all
up.
right, I will. But you sexy though. You sexy.
Please do your thing, sir.
Well, my thing.
Oh, we
No,
done?
no,
Oh.
no.
Y'all done?
I'm talking to
Y'all
King
good?
Dev, though.
Y'all good?
Oh yeah.
Y'all got it?
I'm
Yeah,
done
yeah.
talking to this condom.
She called you a condom. She called you a condom.
At least I'm protected.
You're
At
right.
least I'm
You're right.
protected. Thank
Stay
you. That's
strapped.
a compliment.
Stay
Not
strapped.
protect.
Yo, 50. I get it.
Get the strap.
But jean jackets is played up.
Oh. She got a jean jacket on.
He tried to slide that shit. Oh my god. Bitch ass nigga tried to do it on the slide.
All right, so with
That's
that
gonna be
being
uploaded
said-
in the fight. We going outside. Head up. Fuck all this bullshit. I don't got time to
you
talk
know
to this
Tekashi
light
6
skin
9 be
bitch.
running?
No, don't run.
Nah,
Don't
both.
run.
She gonna pistol whip you. Man.
Don't run, softy.
Oh my god.
I mean,
All right,
we
y'all.
done. We
Y'all
done.
already know.
I was about to say
Y'all-
we could do this for days.
That shit. No, that shit.
Y'all already know. Bring another set of ears for next week's show.
Unless you're a broke bitch.
This is Royal Flex the Brand's introspective insight talk show. I am King Dev. Dope.
Shanna Shenanigans.
And this is your favorite motherfucking cohort.
Every time I'm on the show, she say favorite even harder. Even
This
harder.
is
And
your
she be looking.
She be
She
damn
looking at you. This is your
your
favorite.
Your fucking favorite.
All right, I'll give you that.
Co-host
I'll give you that.
Noel Moore. Put some respect on my name. bitch.
Attractive. Oh, I love you. I'm talking to you this time.
Oh, you love me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I love
sexy.
you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Introspect. Tiv inside. Hope you come back next week.
Come back next week.